So we're here today to talk to you about the Sam Mouldings pre-primed MDF door linings.
And to talk to you about some of the advantages of why using these compared to the old traditional softwood timber can be a much bigger advantage to you on your jobs.
So in a door lining set, you would typically get a head, 2 legs, and your slamming strips.
So here are some of the key differences between these MDF sets and the old traditional softwood ones.
Now point number 1 is they've actually got a nice little round on the legs and the head, leaving a lot better finish than the softwood. Point number 2, as they're obviously primed, which we'll talk about the key benefits later.
Another key thing to note is, unlike a traditional softwood set where the notches for the legs are actually in the head, meaning that you have got set distances that you can't really adjust that easily, the legs on these sets are actually routed so that all you have to do is cut your head to size and then fit it to your leg that way, meaning a much quicker installation.
So allow us to demonstrate just how quick and easy it is to set up one of these linings. So whilst Dave is setting up the door linings, it's important to note the overall length of the head is 1 metre. So this means you can cut your head down to suit the needs of your opening. But be mindful that the rebate in the leg is 12.5mm either side, so just allow for that 25mm.
So just for demonstration purposes, we are here cutting this head to size with a handsaw. But obviously, if you're on site, you're going to be using your chop saw, and then that really does make this process very, very quick. So there we go. Head cut to size with the addition of the 25mm overall to get our internal size. The legs are now drilled, they are countersunk, they are glued, and they are ready for assembly. Sam, I will be your glamorous assistant and hold it in place while you pop the screws in, mate.
Thank you very much, my good sir. So if you could take anything from this demonstration, it would be to always pilot drill your holes prior to you fixing your legs to your head. This is to avoid any splits in your head, like so,
and ensure a nice, tight, perfect finish. So, head is fixed in place for stability when moving the frame into position. And what I'm going to do is just tack pin the top slamming strip to the bottom of the frame, just to give us a bit of stability while we're moving it around. So I get my overall measurement, match it on the legs. So I've now matched the bottom measurement with the top of the frame, and I'm just going to use an 18 gauge pin gun just to tack one in the bottom of there. But if you haven't got a nail gun, you can always just use panel pins and a hammer. And then, as you'll see, the frame is good and stable for carrying it into position. So while Sam is just setting up behind me, I'm going to tell you exactly what he's doing, and this is one of the absolute key benefits of using the MDF door linings. Most of our doors that we fit on site these days, whether it be residential or commercial, as carpenters we have changed from the traditional method of a hammer and chisel to using a router, and in this case a jig, to speed up the process of repeat cuts. And obviously with using these MDF door linings, it's absolutely perfect for the router to get the cleanest finish in the shortest amount of time possible.
So as Dave was saying, most carpenters use a router and a jig. Now for your DIYers, what I would suggest is using a nice sharp knife, chisel, and you would still get a nice neat finish over the softwood. Now these hinges can be installed assembled or disassembled, so you can either chop your hinges in straight from the pack and then build it up to suit you, or you can build the frame like behind me and then chop your hinges in. Now if I had to suggest anything, it's a lot easier to install your hinges whilst it's lying down. You're in a comfortable position rather than upright. And now finally is the price point.
So the MDF door linings and the softwood timber ones come in at around the same price. But with the MDF, you get a much more stable engineered product.
You get an adjustable head.
You get a much cleaner, easier installation with your doors and your hinges.
Pre-primed, ready for your top coat.
All for the same overall price. So it's clear to me that we all need to move with the times.
And move with the Moulding MDF linings.
Thank you for listening.